Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, as you saw, we've pulled into the Toyota dealership. We're at Bert Ogden Toyota in Harlingen, Texas. And we're gonna go inside. We're gonna take a look at a 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. Now, this is gonna be the automatic version because they don't have any manuals in yet. I have a manual on order, of course. But we're going to take a look at what the 2020 is. This will be my first experience with the 2020 Tacoma. Okay, we have found a TRD Off-Road. You guys can see here. This is the 2020. And let's go around and take a look at the sticker on this one. Squeeze in between here a little bit. Just to let you know, here's what the sticker looks like. Hopefully that picks up pretty well for you guys. Sticker on this truck is 40,203. This does have some options on it. You can see the TRD blackout package, of course the Predator tube steps and some other stuff. And we're gonna take a ride in this one here in just a few minutes. We also have a Voodoo Blue. It is the TRD Sport model. We're gonna take a look at that, but we'll be able to see some of the new options, some of the changes and stuff on the truck, and see that awesome blue color. So real quick, let me introduce you. I'm with Joe Mercado. And he is kind enough to let me come on the lot here and take a look at these trucks. So he's going to kind of explain a little bit of the stuff as we go because he's the expert. So we're going to hop in, take a ride. All right, sitting inside here, going to take a look at a couple of the other things that it has in it that maybe the prior version doesn't. As far as the seating and stuff, this one has pretty much the same, I know it's hard to see here, but pretty much the same pattern, I think, as what the other ones had. The Sport that we're going to take a look at will have the leather and stuff in it. This one has the bigger screen, I believe. This is the 8-inch touch screen. Can't play the music for you, of course, you know, copyright. We've got the charging pad down there, that's the same. I think the center console is the same here, the armrest I should say, and that's good.
2 USB ports inside.
Ah, awesome.
We also have, they did away with the aux port, now it's just focused on the USB ports as well. You got your wireless charging button here to activate the IQ, and then we also have our electric
slider
window with slides.
Awesome.
And we have the ECT here, and then blind spot monitoring is now engaged.
Okay.
Awesome. So the TRD is equipped with the blind spot monitoring, which not all trim levels have blind spot monitoring. It is an additional trim or higher trim level only feature. So I mean, the higher trim you get a couple more safety features, but stock safety features you still get your TSSP, which would be the pedestrian detection sensor, which will notify you if you're going under 30 miles per hour and will stop before any kind of collision, especially with a parked vehicle. If you're, like I said, under 30 miles per hour, it will automatically stop before collision. We also have our dynamic cruise control, which is if somebody cuts you off going slower speeds than you while you have your cruise control set, your vehicle will automatically pick it up with the radar, gauge it with the camera as far as their speed, and match it, so that way you don't have to worry about reducing your speeds, having to switch feet or anything like that, or having an emergency quick tap and then now you have a fender bender going behind you.
One other thing, this has the crawl control and stuff in it up here, and I've not had this before, so I assume this works only in 4-wheel drive.
Yes.
Okay.
It would work in 4-wheel drive low.
4-wheel drive low, okay. That's a pretty neat feature. That'll be in the truck that I'm getting. I'm not familiar with that at all, so that's going to be interesting to check out. And what is this button? That
is our connected services. When you purchase a brand new vehicle, you actually get a complimentary 3 years on connected services, which gives you, it's basically a Toyota version of OnStar.
Oh, okay.
And basically what it is, if you get into an accident or let's say a flat tire, you press that button and they come in with the roadside assistance that you get complimentary for 2 years or 25,000 miles.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen that before. Cool.
Yeah, that's just added into the 2020 models. You won't find them in 2019s.
Okay, cool. First drive in the 2020, albeit an automatic. but it is a 2020. Let's see if I can get out of here without hitting anything. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good at all. Okay. One thing a lot of people have complained about in the Tacoma, and I don't really have any issue with it, is the transmission. You know, it can't find a gear, always stays in fifth.
Yeah, I've heard about that a lot as well. Some people are actually, I've had somebody tell me in the last week that there's a mechanism that they want to purchase. It's an aftermarket brand. I don't know what it's called, but it actually is supposed to help with that. It's an additional attachment to your transmission that's added right here next to your stick here, so you don't have to worry about it trying to search for a gear or anything like that. And I've heard about that a lot since I've started with the Tacoma, that it searches a lot. At the end of the day, you could always switch it over to here,
sport, or
be able to sport, to be able to downshift yourself without having to worry about it searching. I mean, you have that full control if that's something that does concern you.
Right.
That I like to explain to a lot of the customers when they're saying, I know there are updates that are needed sometimes with the truck, so if you do have any concerns like that, I highly recommend go to your local Toyota store or Toyota dealership, take it into the service drive, let them know that you're getting that sensor popping up or it's over revving. Sometimes when you have your dynamic cruise control engaged, they should be able to help you out as far as those needs.
Okay, cool. Well, all right, it feels, I gotta be honest, it doesn't feel a lot different so far, at least in ride quality, to the Tacoma that I have, and I wouldn't expect it to. There weren't massive upgrades as far as suspension or any of that kind of stuff goes. Let's check out acceleration. We're gonna hopefully get past this car here. All right, there we go. Not bad, not bad at all. It's not gonna be a race car. It was never designed to be a race car, but I tell you, it does pick up pretty well. And I haven't noticed, as far as the transmission goes, you know, and like I said, a lot of people talk about that. I don't notice a big difference between it and mine, but I never noticed a big problem anyway. It feels nice and smooth. I'm not sure what gear we're in right now. I don't feel that it's hunting or anything, trying to find a gear. Feels nice and good, nice and smooth, like I said, and I don't have any issues with it. The ride, nice and smooth, nice and comfortable. We do have the power adjustable seats in here. We're going to mess around with those a little bit in the Sport model when we go over to check that out. I will say, I'm going to take it back. I had mentioned before that I didn't notice a big difference in the transmission. I take that back. I do notice it is smoother. It's smoother decelerating and it's smoother accelerating onto the ramp, for example. I did notice a little more feel, if you will. It's kind of hard to describe, but this does have a smoother feel in the transmission. So if there were any issues before, I'd say they've probably addressed them here in the 2020, because I'm not feeling the same sensation, if you will, that I did, or do rather, in the 2018. One thing I wanted to check, it does still have the digital readout, if you will, for the numbers in the speedometer. I always like that, and I've had, I don't know, 50 some cars, so when you switch around a lot, sometimes you lose things like that, and that's a favorite of mine, so it's cool that we still have that. Now, one thing I will mention as far as the room and stuff in here, pretty much the same. Again, the refresh didn't really change anything as far as dimensions or anything like that on the interior, so everything feels pretty much the same to me in here. There's no big learning curve if you've had a 3rd gen Tacoma and you're going to this refresh, except for the radio, of course. You'll have to figure that out a little bit because it is an updated radio, that big 8-inch touchscreen, which is cool. All right, we're going to slow down a little bit, and I'm just going to punch it. We're going to see from about 59, so here we go. Not too bad, nice smooth acceleration. Again, it's not going to throw you into the back seat, but it does feel pretty good. It will get up and go when you need to, so it's not like you have to, you know, worry about being able to merge into traffic. You do have the power there if you want it. Got to try the horn. Here we go. You'll notice it doesn't have one of those wimpy horns. That's important. All right, we're back. We're going to take a look at the crawl control feature in here. So I'm going to turn it over to Joe.
Man, I'm a little bit shorter than you, so I got to adjust.
Yes, I am massively tall, as you all know. You know.
Okay. So first thing is, when you're actually driving, you are able to switch to 4x4 on the road. Now, if you're trying to get to 4x4 low, you actually have to come to complete stop. Basically, put it into neutral, and then you'd be able to switch to 4x4 low. Wait for it to actually engage on the interface here, and then once you see low kick on, right, there we go. No, it's a low. Okay. So you see, once you see the 4 low kick on, then now you can engage the crawl control. Low, medium, high. There's 5 different settings, and then if you come over here to the knob, there's actually 5 settings here: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's actually the miles per hour that you're able to go. So if you have it set to 1, it shouldn't let you exceed that 1 mile per hour. So when you're actually driving, you're gonna feel that crawling. See, it's not letting me exceed 1 mile per hour.
Wow.
Now, let's say if I want to switch that to 2, or let's just go 3, just be in the middle, and I try, it's going to give me a little bit more leeway now. We'll see how it's rolling a little bit smoother. If I try accelerating,
oh wow,
you see that? It won't let me exceed the 3, and if it tries to, then it's going to kick me back, and it sounds like the gears are about to like spring out of your vehicle, but that's the crawl control actually doing the job. Now when you go to 5, it gives you a lot more leverage as far as trying to get out of any kind of situation. You feel the torque coming back on. You see that?
Wow. I've never experienced that before. That is something to be aware of if you haven't, because you'd think something was really wrong. Hopefully that you guys can hear that.
Now let's go back to 1 so that way you can hear it completely.
Wow. That is wild.
There's also our different terrain, multi-terrain selection. So what you can do is from here, it's mud and sand on 1. You have different selections over here. Loose rock on number 2. You have mobile on 3. You have rock and dirt on 4, and then you have just sheer rocks on 5. Wow. So you have a wide variety of different terrains that you can choose from on all 5 of those different ones. Have different settings, and then all 5 on the crawl control will have different miles per hour.
Okay.
With the Voodoo Blue TRD Sport edition, it actually gives you the 360 view.
Oh, cool.
Which this one does notify you when you're getting too close. So it does notify you where the bumper is. A lot of other makes won't show you where the bumper is, so you kind of have to gauge it yourself. But it shows you at 1.5, 3 feet, and 7 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be interested to see that camera, the 360. Okay, we're back. We've gone for the ride. We sat in it. Now we need to take a quick look at what it really is. So we've got it parked out here. This is the gray, obviously. Again, it is the TRD Off-Road. Still have the composite bed. One thing I wanted to check, does it have the cubby on the driver's side to put this to rest? It does not. You guys can see there is no cubby there. There is the cubby there, and still the outlet in the back. This does have the rear slider on it. Take a quick look inside here. This does have the new, or the different looking seat pattern in here. A little bit more up to date. I do like the two-tone color in here. Pretty darn cool. Okay, checking for storage. Of course, we have the storage behind the seat there. This is in the rear. And then the seat just pulls up now. Used to have a little handle or grab thing you would grab here. Doesn't anymore. There is the cubby. Still has that. That's awesome. Let's take a look in the front. You guys can see a little bit different pattern in here in the front. This does have, as I mentioned earlier, the 8-inch screen. Gauge cluster looks pretty much the same, and it does have the same center armrest cover, so I'll be able to use my custom cover in here. That's awesome. Still looks like it works the same way. Does have the cloth mats with the Tacoma TRD Off-Road embossed in here. Of course, it has the plastic or the vinyl over fenders. And now we've had to switch to the iPhone. My regular camera just ran out of juice. Here are the tires, the wheels and tires. It is a new setup. These are, let's see, 265/70 R16s on the off-road. The new front grille, you guys can see here, pretty darn cool. This one does not have the camera in it, but mine will. Take a look at the headlights there. Still have the chrome little insert in here for the turn signals. We'll be switching those out to smoked, of course. This does have the touch entry over here on the passenger side. Pretty cool. And this particular model does have the black exhaust tip on here, so a little bit of a package on this truck. And one more look on the inside here from the passenger side. Still no grab handle over there on the driver's side, you guys can see. And lastly, one more big thing we need to take a look at. Over here on the driver's side, the 10-way power adjustable seats. You guys can see right there. I must say it did solve the seating position. If there ever was any kind of an issue in here, this thing will adjust in any way that you need it to be able to get comfortable in here. So no issues with that as far as I am concerned. All right, so that is the 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD 4x4 off-road. It is the automatic, so obviously the one that I'm getting is going to be a little bit different, but my first experience with the 2020 Tacoma and the more recent off-road, I haven't had one for several years, and I gotta say, I like it. I can't wait. Now, all we need to do is get Toyota to build that truck. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you like it? Is there enough difference in it for you to switch from what you have right now? Let me know. Also, if you're in the market and you're looking for a 2020 and you're in the southern Texas area, check out Bert Ogden down here in Harlingen, Texas, and ask for Joe. He can help you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.